Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is James Holder for iFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm at Rose Hill ABC today. With me I've got undefeated Tony Milch. Firstly, how are you, Tony, mate?
All good, mate. Really good. Good to be back in training camp with Ian.
Yeah, I bet. I say it's been a little while since we last had you on the channel. I think you was probably 2 or 3-0 last time we had you on.
2 or 3-0. Fast forward 8 or 9 fights later, I'm now 11-0.
Last time we had you on, you had obviously a full head of hair, mate. So talk us through this look. It's been a little while.
It's the stress of turning pro and being a pro boxer. It all went pear-shaped. But no, I think we was down at Brighton University all those couple of years ago. It was me, Lenny, yourself and Ian who went down there and had that test in, but it was a couple of years ago.
With Mark Prince as well.
That's right, Mark Prince was with us, yeah.
Yes, I remember. So how do you think you've been sort of progressing since then? As I mentioned, you're 11-0 now.
11-0, yeah. And recently just won the challenge belt title, so I had an 8-round fight back in July and went the full 8 rounds, won the title, and now pushing on to my 12th professional fight.
New belt, the challenge belt, so how did it feel to sort of win that?
It was really nice to win it because obviously growing up and always watching the boxing, it used to be called the Masters title, didn't it? So I was always like, you know what, that's the stage of progression. You go for the Masters, then you go for the Southern area. So it was lovely to have put the work in with Ian, you know, for 2 or 3 years, and then going out there and winning the international challenge belt was bang on. It was brilliant.
You mentioned you're going to be back in action in November, so any sort of plans on what's going on?
Yeah, we're looking at November the 5th, back at the York Hall, so I'd be buzzing to be back boxing at that great venue, and that's going to be likely to be maybe a 6-rounder, we'll see. I mean, we're looking at now pushing on to bigger titles than the international challenge belt, so we'll see, but I think we're looking at just getting straight back out there, getting the rounds in and pushing on to my 12th pro fight. Speaking
to your trainer Ian, he said you've been having some interesting people in for sparring, the likes of Bradley Skeet. How did you find that experience? That
was brilliant. I went down to the iBox gym and you know, to get the rounds in with the British champion, you know, at welterweight, that was just great experience and really good to get down there.
You're fighting at super welterweight, traditionally the light middleweight division.
That's right.
What do you think of the division as it stands domestically in the UK?
I think it's great. I mean, it's really exciting. You know, we've got a lot of different fighters, and it's quite a hot division. It's a division I feel really strong at. You know, I make the weight comfortable. I walk around strong at light middle. So I'm just really looking forward at, you know, getting in the mix now and pushing through. You know, 12th fight now. We were talking about moving on when I was first interviewing you, the 4-rounders, the 6-rounders. Now we've had the 8-rounders. So I'm on the right tracks, pushing through and looking to go on to a 10-rounder. You know, potentially after this fight.
How far away are you from getting to that sort of southern area to English level? Have you given that any sort of thought yet?
We briefly spoke about it with Ian, and we're looking at 1 or 2 fights away now. So getting the 6th fight, the next fight in, the 11th fight, and then moving on to the 12th fight really soon.
Liam Smith, very brave performance against Canelo Alvarez. I know you would have watched that fight with great interest and admiration. How do you sort of assess that?
Really enjoyed it. I mean, Alvarez, he just went. Originally, I thought when they're talking about Triple G facing Alvarez, I was like, you know, like Triple G's going to do it. But watching how well Canelo did then, I was like, you know, maybe it will be Alvarez. It'd be a great fight if Triple G and Alvarez can happen, because Triple G showed not only can he take a dig off a solid puncher, but how fast he was and how powerful he was even late in the fight to produce that kind of shot. His power seemed with him every single round, which is great. So if Triple G and him can get it on, that'll be amazing.
If the fight does happen, who would you put your money on? If you was a betting man, I said you had to pick one fighter out of GGG and Canelo to win the fight. Who would you place your bet on?
If I had to, I'd go for Triple G. But like I said, watching the last fight, I'd be a very nervous man putting my money on Triple G.
Some big fights coming up as well. Andre Ward versus Crusher KOVALEV.
Can't wait for that
massive
one.
November. Bout.
I was just looking at it this morning. I can't wait. And if you're getting out there, you know what I mean, smuggle me in a suitcase and get me out there with you, because that is a fight I would love to see. And I love watching KOVALEV. I've always been a big KOVALEV fan. I know Andre was the skills man, so again, who are you going to put your money on? Let's see. You know, I love them both. Kovalev's strong. Can't wait for that one.
Just coming back to this weekend, Anthony CROLLA in action as well, defending his WBO world title against Jorge Linares.
Boxing's just buzzing at the moment.
It is really buzzing at the moment. What are your thoughts on Anthony's chances of being successful?
I hope he does it. You know, a great guy for the sport, and I hope he can pull through and do it, and just keep having that great success story he's had coming back from, you know, injuries, and just to keep going. What a great story that would be.
Do you find it inspiring, the fact that he has come back from so much?
So much so. I mean, you can go through the gym, you can go through training, you can get small injuries, little injuries, but when you hear of fighters getting, you know, life-threatening injuries, and then not only coming back to their normal lives, they're actually coming back to boxing, which is the toughest sport out there. So it's really inspiring, and it just keeps you motivated.
Any sort of sponsors attached to Team Milch at the minute? What's going on?
I want to say a big thanks to Galway Glass Security, who have always supported over the years, and Red Dog Saloon, who got involved in my last 2 fights. So always happy for any support. As you know, medicals are expensive with the boxing and licensing. So happy for any support I can get, and appreciate everything.
Listen, Tony Milch, it's great to get you back on the channel. We're not going to leave it 7 years before we get you back on. We do appreciate you giving us a bit of time.
I'll be on my 19th or 20th fight when you interview me next.
I mean, thank you very much.
Cheers,
mate.
Jay.
Cheers, on.
Nice one, mate.
Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.